Welcome to Will It Feed? We're going to take some of our most popular guns and test out a bunch of magazines so you don't have to. I'm going to go through how well each mag fits, how smoothly they drop free, and like the name of this video suggests, will it feed? Today we're going to test the Krytac Trident line of AEGs, specifically the new Mark II PDW, but the Mark II CRB and SPR both have identical magwells. Unfortunately, the older Mark I Trident line and the LVOA series have slightly different spec lowers. The Mark II is a little tighter side to side, note the bigger side standoffs, but longer front to back. We're talking maybe half a millimeter difference, but it's enough to affect the fitment, so just bear that in mind. We're using 0.2 gram Krytac BBs to test and a 7.4 volt 1600 milliamp hour LiPo. More guns to come, but we wanted to give you a more detailed fitment test instead of trying to do too many guns in one video. First things first, let's take a look at the original high cap magazine that comes with the gun. Let's see how well it clicks in. Clicks in nicely. Up and down, barely any up and down play at all. Forward and back, about 1 millimeter of play. Side to side, I'd say about 3 millimeters of play. Next, let's see how smoothly it drops free. Drops right out. All right, with the original Krytac mag, let's see if it feeds. Yes, it feeds, and I would hope it does as it comes with the gun. In this video, we're going to test out two more high caps. Personally, I prefer mid caps that you don't have to whine and that don't shake, but I'm not going to judge you mag ticklers out there. Let's take a look at the JG 450 round high cap with trademarks, retailing for $17.95, and capacity, you guessed it, 450 rounds. Let's see how well it clicks in. Clicks in pretty nicely. And up and down, I'd say not even half a millimeter up and down. Forward and backward, side to side. Forward and back. I'd say it was even better than the stock high cap. Side to side, it's about 2 millimeters, so you can still hear that shake, but it is a little bit better than the stock Krytac magazine. Drop free test. It does not drop free. You have to pull it out a little bit for it to come out. All right, let's see if it feeds. Feed it does. Our last high cap magazine for today is the Lonex Flash Mag. These have a string at the bottom that you pull and you wind the same as you would a normal high cap magazine. Let's see how it fits in. Clicks in nice. With a little bit more effort than the other magazine so far. Up and down, we're looking at not much at all, maybe half a millimeter. Forward and back. Quite a bit forward and back movement, about 2 millimeters. Side to side, a little bit less, at about 1 millimeter side to side. All right, let's see if it drops free. Seems to drop free. Will it feed? No problem. Moving on to some mid-capacity magazines. This one is the SEMA M007. One of our best sellers, holds 120 rounds and retails for $11.95. Let's see how well it clicks in. No problem. Very little effort to click in. Up and down. Barely moves up and down. Forward and back. About 1.5 millimeters of play. Side to side, about 3 millimeters. All right, let's see if it drops free. It does seem to get caught as it's coming down. So I would say no, this one does not drop free. SEMA M007, does it feed? Feed it does. Next up is the ENC MA005 with a capacity of 160 and a retail of $11.95. Let's see how well it clicks in. Not too much effort at all. Clicks in and holds. Nice and tight, up and down, 0.5 millimeter at most. Okay, forward and back. That's quite a bit of play at about 2.5, 3 millimeters. Side to side, not too bad, at about 1.5 to 2 millimeters. Let's see if it drops free. Seems to get stuck in the same spot the SEMA did. ENC MA005, will it feed? Yes, it does. Next up is the APS midcap metal body with a capacity of 150, retailing for $11.95. Let's see how well it clicks in. Doesn't click in quite as nicely, but it does hold with an up and down play of about 1 millimeter. Forward and back. Looking at about 3 millimeters forward to back movement. Side to side. About 2 millimeters side to side. Let's see if it drops free. Drops free with no problems. APS M4, will it feed? Yep, not a problem. Our first polymer midcap is the blue box mag with a capacity of 140, retailing for $14.95. Let's see how it clicks in. Has a nice click as it goes in with about 1 millimeter of play up and down. Forward and back. About 2 millimeters of forward to back movement and side to side. Another 2 millimeters side to side. Let's see if it drops free. Blue box mag drops free with no issues. Let's see if the blue box feeds. Not a problem. Next up is the Valken R mag with a capacity of 140. These are only available in packs of 5 at $89.95. Let's see how it clicks in. It does have a bit of resistance as it goes into the mag well. But once it's in there, it seems to hold up and down with about 0.5 millimeter up and down. Forward to back. About 2 millimeters forward to back movement. Side to side. Another 2 millimeters side to side. Let's see if it drops free. It does seem to catch as it comes down in the same spot the SEMA did. But does the Valken R mag feed? It feeds. SOCOM gear midcaps are next. The Troy and Lancer models. Capacity is 190 rounds and only available in packs of 5 at $99.95. Starting off with the SOCOM gear Troy, let's see how it clicks in. It doesn't have the nicest click as it goes in, but once it's in there, it is quite tight up and down with about 0.5 millimeter up and down play. Forward to back. About 2 millimeters forward and back. Side to side. Closer to 3 millimeters side to side movement. Let's see if it drops free. It does not drop free, but does it feed? It does. All right, let's check out the SOCOM gear Lancer midcap. See how it clicks in. Again, like the other SOCOM gear, it doesn't have the nicest click, but once it's in there, the up and down is pretty good at about 0.5 millimeter up and down movement, forward to back. And that's quite a bit more. And almost close to 4 millimeters forward to back. Side to side, same as the Troy with about 3 millimeters side to side. Does it drop free? Nah, just like the Troy, it does not and requires a little bit of encouragement. But does the SOCOM gear Lancer feed? It feeds fine in semi-auto, but it's our first mag that actually was a little inconsistent in auto. Our last two mags are G&G polymer magazines, the G08 150, which holds 105 rounds, and the G08 101, which holds 120, priced at $21.95 and $22.95 respectively. Now be careful when you play around with these mags when they're empty, as the extended follower does pop up and you can break that. Just make sure that you push that in. All right, let's see how the G08 150 fits. Got a really satisfying click as it goes in. Up and down movement. Damn, zero. There's no up and down play with this magazine. Forward to back. Also none. Let's see side to side. Side to side, we get about 1 millimeter of play, which is the least we've seen so far. But let's see if it drops free. Nothing happens at all when you press the mag release. It's probably down to how tight this fits in the mag well. But the question is, does it feed? Not a problem. And the cool thing is it shoots every single bullet because of that extended follower. Last up is the G08 101. Let's see how it clicks in. You can feel the resistance even before it clicks in. There we go. Up and down movement. Zero. Forward and back, also zero. Side to side, maybe 0.5 millimeter side to side. Looks like this is the tightest fitting mag, but as we've seen so far, that probably means it doesn't drop free. Let's check it out. Not a chance. You gotta pull it with quite some force to get it out of that mag well. Wow. And finally, will it feed? Like the other G&G mag, no problems at all, and it does shoot every BB in them. And there you have it, 12 magazines in the Krytac Mark II. Surprisingly, only the SOCOM Gear Lancer had issues on full auto. Overall, I like the tighter fitment of the two G&G mags the best. Remember, you can always file down a mag that's a little bit too tight, but it's harder to make a looser mag fit tighter. I know this wasn't the most entertaining video, but I hope you guys found it useful. As always, thanks for watching, subscribe for more content, and we'll catch you next time.